children, welcome to biology classes. So in the live classes we were studying about various groups of plants, isn't it? And I have explained you about bryophytes, algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes. So today we'll be studying about gymnosperms. Okay, so what are gymnosperms? Gymnosperms are plants with naked seeds, okay, or they are plants which will not produce any flowers. See, parts of flowers, if you see, there are what ovary, style, stigma, sepals, petals, isn't it, stamens, likewise different parts you can see. And the ovules are becoming the seeds and ovary is becoming the fruits, isn't it? This you have learned in 10th class. Now, if the ovules are not enclosed or it is not covered by any ovary wall, then the seeds, when they develop, okay, from these ovules, they will also be not covered and you can see them outside, isn't it? They are not present inside any structure. So that kind of plants where the seeds are naked are known as what? Gymnosperms. Is it clear? So gymnosperm speciality is what? Their seeds are not present in any fruits. They are found exposed, okay, or they are found on cones and they are exposed. Is it clear? So when you see the plants of gymnosperms, they can be medium sized trees or sometimes very big tall trees or shrubs. Likewise different forms are there, okay. And the roots, the speciality of roots are, roots shows mycorrhizal association. So do you remember what is mycorrhiza? Okay, that is there are fungal hypha, okay, which is associated with the roots. So roots with fungal association is known as what? Mycorrhiza, okay, the association of fungal hypha with roots of higher plants, okay. So in many of the species of gymnosperms you can see this mycorrhiza. Then another important feature is, okay, in some of the gymnosperms there are special roots known as coralloid roots and they are associated with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. Okay, so they are having what? Nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria in them. So what are coralloid roots? These are special type of roots found in what? Some types of gymnosperms like cycas, okay, which are associated with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. Okay, so like this, if question is asked, comment on the roots of gymnosperm. So what are they? There can be what? Fungal association to form what? Mycorrhiza in some some forms of gymnosperms, and in some others you can see what? Coralloid roots. What are coralloid roots? Roots with association of nitrogen fixing bacteria, okay. Stems, if you see, that can be branched, okay, or unbranched. Some are having branched stems and some are not having branched stems, okay. Leaves can be simple or compound. Simple means what? They won't be having many leaves attached to the same petiole. Understood? Then, so likewise, the leaves shows some adaptations, means they shows adaptation to withstand extreme temperature, humidity, winds, etc. That is the speciality of leaves of gymnosperms, okay. And conifers like pine trees, have you heard? So in them you can see the leaves are needle-like leaves they are having. So what is the speciality of having needle-like leaves? Because they reduce the surface area so that what? Transpiration rate will be less. Then they are having thick cuticle and sunken stomata. These all reduces the water loss, okay. So this conifers, they are having what? Some adaptation in their leaves to escape from temperature, humidity and wind, okay. So they are what needle-like leaves, then what presence of thick cuticle, then sunken stomata means stomata is not found on the surface of the epidermis. Okay, it's found placed deep in the tissues of the leaves. Understood? When I taught you about pteridophytes, I told they are in some forms. The sporophylls, they join to form certain structures called strobilus, isn't it? So in gymnosperms, you can see the reproductive organs are actually what? Corns or strobilus. Okay, corns or strobilus. And so in angiosperms, in higher plants, you can see the reproductive organs are flowers. So gymnosperms are not producing any flowers. Instead they are having what? Corns or what? The strobilus. And the corns are made up of sporophylls. Okay, sporophylls. Listen here carefully. That is, the reproductive organs are what? Corns or strobilus. And each corn is made up of what? Units called sporophylls. And there are two different types of corns. That is, male corns and female corns. Is it clear? So, when I was teaching you about the pteridophytes, I told you that there are what? The heterosporous condition, that is megasporophylls and microsporophylls are present in some forms. Now you would have understood, isn't it? Understood that the this habit, this the corn bearing habits, male and female corn bearing habits, that started from some forms of the pteridophytes itself. Okay, so this corns contains what? Sporophylls. And I told there are two different types of corns. What are they? Male corns and female corns. Male corns are called what? Micro strobilus. Sorry, the male corns are made up of microsporophylls and female corns are made up of megasporophylls. Is it clear? Understood? So, like this, what they contain what? Sporophylls. Corns contains what? Sporophylls. Male corn or the male strobili is made up of what? Microsporophylls and sporophylls are found in where? In female corns. Is it clear? The microsporophylls contains what? Microspores. Okay, so microspores will be present on what? Microsporophylls, and this microsporophylls unite to form what? Male corns. So just if you say from the corns, male corns and female corns are there. Male corns are made up of what? Microsporophylls. They bear what? Microspores. Okay, and this microspore, if you see, they contain highly reduced gametophyte, male gametophyte. Okay, so this reduced gametophyte is known as pollen grain. Okay, so microspore contain what? Microspore contain the reduced male gametophyte. Okay, and this is known as pollen grain. So once again, just rewind all that. That is, first I told the reproductive structures are called what? Corns, and there are male and female corns. Male corns are made up of microsporophylls. Okay, and this microsporophylls contains what? Microspore. Okay, this microspore is actually containing what? Reduced male gametophyte, and this is known as pollen grain. So this much is clear to you. So just now you compare. Okay, then I will tell you about the female gametophyte also. Okay, so the female spore or megaspore or ovule is present on what? Megasporophylls. Sometimes they aggregate to form what? Female corns. Okay, or sometimes in some trees like cycas, They are not forming any cones. Megasporophylls are born likewise only on the tree. Okay, they are not forming the cones there. Okay, so cone means a compact structure. So this female megaspores are what? Containing female gametophyte. Okay, female gametophyte. So I told you about male gametophyte, where you can see inside the pollen grain. Now you would have studied in small classes the male gamete of plants are what? Pollen grain. So now you understood, no? Pollen grain is not the male gamete. What it is? It contains, pollen grain contains what? Male gametophyte. So gametophyte means what? Which produces the male gamete, isn't it? Male gametophyte produces the male gamete. So pollen grain is not the gamete. It is actually what? It contains male gametophyte. Okay, and it is very, very reduced, highly reduced, that you can find within the pollen grain. Means here the gametophyte is not having any independent life. It is completely dependent on the sporophyte. Isn't it? Just now you compare our bryophyte and our gymnosperm. In bryophyte, how it was? The gametophyte was the dominant phase or the real plant body, and on that the sporophyte was dependent. And now when you come to gymnosperm and in pteridophyte, how it was? In pteridophytes, both were having independent life, isn't it? They are not dependent on each other. Both were having independent life. And when you reach to gymnosperm, you can see that sporophyte is the original plant body, and it is bearing what? Spores. Spores, where they are bearing? On sporophylls. Sporophylls aggregate to form what? Cones. Understood? And the spores are of two types, I told, megaspores and microspore. Microspore means pollen grain. Where you can find them? On the microsporophylls. They aggregate to form male cones. Understood? And the megaspore or ovule, which is present where? On the megasporophylls. Megasporophylls aggregate to form female cones. Now, where you can see the gametophyte, male gametophyte, you can see where? Inside the pollen grain. Understood? Or microspore. And it is represented by some cells only. Only some cells are there. Understood? And they produce what? Gamete. Clear? And the other one, the ovule, contains what? The female gametophyte. Understood? Now, the development of pollen grain takes place in the microsporangia. Where this microsporangia is located? On microsporophylls. Understood? So, on microsporophylls, the pollen grains will get developed in the microsporangia. Okay? And megaspore, where it will be produced or where it will be formed? They are formed on the megasporophylls only. Okay, and in the megasporangium, megaspore mother cell will get differentiated. Okay, means megaspore or the ovule, if you see the ovule, okay, the ovule contains what? When it is in young stage, it will have one coat, okay, one coating, and then some parenchymatous tissues called nucellus. Okay, what is it? Nucellus. Nucellus protected by the envelope, and that is known as what? Ovule. Okay, so the megaspore mother cell is differentiated from one of the cells of the nucellus. Okay, nucellus contains what? Nucellus is what? Parenchymatous cells, which is protected by some envelope, and from that one of the megaspore mother cell will get what? Divide meiotically and form 4 cells. Okay, 4 megaspores, and one among them, okay, one of the megaspore enclosed within the megasporangium develop into the female gametophyte. Okay, so female gametophyte of gymnosperm is represented by 2 or more archegonia. Okay, multicellular female gametophyte. Okay, with 2 or more archegonia or female sex organs. They produce what? The female gamete. So ovule is not the what? Female gamete. Ovule in its young stage, what it contains? Some parenchymatous tissues called nucellus, protected by envelopes. Okay, and this nucellus, from the nucellus, the megaspore mother cell divides. Okay, one of the cell, they function as megaspore mother cell and divide meiotically, and after meiosis how many cells will form? 4. Each of them will be haploid. Understood? And then what will happen? This one of them, okay, they will become the mega or female gametophyte. Okay, and it will have 2 or more archegonia. Okay, so this is the female gametophyte. So male gametophyte is more reduced. It is represented by only 2 or 3 cells, okay, which is present in the pollen grain. Understood? And then the female gametophyte is represented by 2 or more archegonia. Okay, and archegonia produces egg. Is it clear? Now the pollen grain after pollination, you know, here this is the from here only you can see wind as the pollinating agent. Okay, so that is also one advantage. Wind is the pollinating main pollinating agent. Understood? So pollen, what is pollination? Transfer of pollen grains from what? From the anther to the stigma. So here anther and stigma we cannot see. We can say what? From the male cones, that is from the microsporophylls. What they will have? Microsporangium, and in that what will be there? Microspores. This microspores contains what? Male gametophyte. So transfer of this pollen grain from the male cone to the what? The female cone. Female cone will have what? Megasporophylls, and this megasporophylls will have what? Megaspores. Isn't it? Ovule. And in ovule what will be there? The female gametophyte. Isn't it? So the female gametophyte will have what? Archegonium, and inside the archegonium what will be there? The egg. So their fusion happens. Understood? Then zygote will form, and the zygote, actually here ovule is there. So this after fertilization, ovule will become what? Seed. But these seeds are present on the what only? Megasporophylls, or on the cones only. It is not protected or covered by any structures. So only they are known as what? Naked seeds. Okay, the seeds are naked. They are not present in any fruits. Is it clear? So in this way, gymnosperms, you can see that the sporophytic phase is the dominant phase. Okay, and the gametophytic phase is very much reduced and is represent, or there are 2 types of male gametophytes, that are male gametophytes and female gametophytes. They are represented by few cells, and in female it is represented by some archegonia, 2 or more archegonia. Is it clear? So there the fertilization occurs after pollination, and they develop into seed. Ovule will develop into seed, but these ovules are not present inside the fruit, where they are present on the female cones or on the megasporophylls. Is it clear? Then these are some of the cones. Okay, cones diagrams. You can see woody structures, and this is female cone, and in this region you can see the ovule. Okay, ovule will be present in this region. Understood? So this is pine cone. You can see some more. Okay, different species of cones. Okay, and these are woody structures. So in gymnosperms there won't be any flowers. Instead what will be there? They'll have cones in them. Okay, so I hope this much is clear. So when you compare the other groups of plants, they are more advanced than bryophytes and pteridophytes, isn't it? Okay, and next day we will continue the angiosperms. Thank you very much, children.